Hello everybody and welcome to Driversroom Festival of Speed in 2023. It's a new year, a new season, new car and new drivers. I cannot wait to kick this all off. Today, with the opening round of the season, we are here at Sardegna in the Road Track A configuration. Of course, we are not gonna race on on dirt. That would be actually quite interesting. Maybe we should do that sometime. That would be very fun. Anyway, with the Road Track A, it is a 5.113 kilometer long circuit, or 3.177 miles. Got 15 turns. Some of which can be easily taken flat, others need to be really taken really slow. Of course, this track is almost a square with 4 very sharp corner turns, all left-handers. And also beware of the exit curbs, or mostly lack of. It's a really there's a lot of grass around the circuit and a lot of guardrail, and if you get a tire on the grass, you will get the rest of the car into the barrier. That's the easy equation. Anyway, let's not delay this any longer and go to the grid order of today's race. In first place we have AG27, he has put his car on pole for this opening round. Then alongside him it is his teammate Robert's Dog, with in third place Lionessi. Fourth place is for Too Fast, and fifth place is for Ricey. Sixth place then is for RJ Cool. Within seventh place it is Mr. Sean. 8th place is occupied by Ivano, and in 9th place it is Ajabu. 10th place is for Urk, and last but not least we have Flappy in last place. He's starting last because of a qualifying issue, which put him at the back of the grid for this opening race. Anyway, that is the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and they're out, and away we go for season number 1 of 2023. Seems to be a good getaway from AGS. Further down the field it seems like Ricey has gotten in front of Too Fast, or RJ Cool. Too Fast and RJ Cool scrapping it out, and Flappy now all the way up into 7th place after starting in last, now all the way up to 7th, and ahead seems like Too Fast is challenging RJ Cool, but RJ Cool stays in front. Mr. Sean cutting it out with Ajabu not getting a great run. His teammate Ivano overtaking him as they head through the tight right left-hander, and oh, there's a crash between the two teammates. Ivano and Urk have got it into the wall, and that is a really bad start of the season for them. Ivano having a bit of an issue trying to get out of that spot. Well, not such a great start for them, as they are now very far behind the field. As Flappy with that 7th place already, Mr. Sean behind him. So you have the top 8, then it's Urk who got slowed down a little by the incident between Ajabu and Ivano. There was an opportunity for Linus to get an overtake on his teammates to Robert's dog, but seeing that they are teammates, they will probably try to fight as little as possible and try to stay ahead of Rice, who is catching up now with two Linus, not going for a dive bomb, but rather staying closely behind Linus as they head up the hill. Completed already half the lap. Now very hard braking zone, one of the hardest around the circuit. Tight left-hander, as there are multiple around the circuit as well. Seeing that it is almost a square shape, they head through the twisty section, the final section of the circuit. Last braking zone of the lap. Get it nicely rotated, a bit better rotation than Linus. And now only one kink to the right left to go. You can take it flat, although maybe with the fuel on board and the cold tires you might want to have a bit of a lift off like Ricey did just there. So let's take a bit of a look at the replay. Now on board with Flappy. Got off to a great start, already passing Urk and Ajibu. And down to turn 1, having the inside line on Ivano and even sneaking past Mr. Sean. And he gets a stop on time, and that gives him 7th place. Very nicely done to Flappy. Great start for him. And then the incident between Ajibu and his teammate Ivano. You can see there Ivano on the right hand side as they head into the corner. Seems like they are sticking a bit together. Oh, and it seems like Ajibu touched the inside barrier, and that has caused him to bounce back into the path of Ivano. And that has caused this big crash between the two of them. Very unfortunate. So back to live pictures. Ajiku still behind Ricey with Flappy now stretching away from Mr. Sean behind, and too fast has made a mistake somewhere in the last lap, going from P6 down to P8, and I get to know that he spun at the final section of the track, getting onto the grass and sliding a nice 360, and luckily you can continue on. But yeah, not a great start for Wrecking Ball Racing, as Ivano has retired from this race. Probably suffered too much damage in that incident to continue. Also, he was very far behind, so he wasn't likely to gain many positions. Now RJ Gu is gonna have a move for 4th place. Getting a tight run out of that final corner, tucking into the slipstream behind Ricey, and he's getting closer. Is he gonna pull out? No, he is not. Brakes pretty early and stays behind Ricey for the time being. Maybe later on in this race, Ajibu will go for a move. And Ricey had a bit of an awkward line through the left-right chicane. Didn't lose him that much time, I believe. Still. And in front it's AG who is stretching away. Setting the fastest lap on the second lap, a 43.1, as he's now going purple as he heads into the final section of the track. Gets onto the grass and oi oi oi! Just barely keeps it out of the barrier. That was a very scary moment for him. Almost losing it, trying to push for that fastest lap. Well, certainly this won't be a fastest lap with such a massive slide. Really caught him by surprise. And he lost 8/10 of a second, almost a second, because of that almost airplane crash for him. Luckily he keeps it going. And so does everyone else. But I say that, and it seems like Urk has also retired from this race. Not sure why. Maybe some technical issues, maybe something with the car, I am not so sure. But anyway, that means that we have 9 drivers left in this race. Front we have AG, who has held the lead from the start of the race and has stretched away ever since. Then it is the Roberts dog in second place. Lionassi is in third with Ricey now in fourth, closely followed by Ajeku in fifth. Then it is Flappy and Mr. Sean in 6th and 7th place. Then is Too Fast in 8th and last. Currently is Ajeku quite a distance back, but of course because of that incident he did lose a lot of time to the cars around him. And Mr. Sean is looking for a move on Flappy into the final braking zone. Luckily Flappy saw it coming, and Flappy slots in back ahead of Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean not being able to fully make the move work, and he has to settle for 7th place for now. As we're almost 1/3 into this race. And so far with a lot of action for this opening race of the season. And with the strategies coming into play, it might get a lot more interesting. I see under attack, possibly from Ajeku behind, heading into the braking zone. Ajeku is too far behind, but Ajeku is below 10% of fuel, and that must mean he will be coming in at the end of this lap. I don't see how he will be able to continue on the rise. Has still got a little more, but he has hit the barrier slightly and even lifts off the gas pedal to let Ajeku pass. Not sure if that was necessary. AG comes into the pits, Roberts dog comes into the pits, Lionassi presumably will also come into the pits. There he goes. Ajeku goes into the pits, and so does DJ Rice, and Flappy continues on. Mr. Sean continues on. They have got a lot more fuel than everybody else, and seems like everyone else is going into the pits. Two of us with a bit more fuel to spare. Will be the question whether or not Ajibu will come into this as well. I'm not so sure, but he does have a lot of fuel left. AG comes out of the pits, followed by the Robbers Dog, same order as they came in. Linus, he comes out as well in clean air. And RJ Cool has jumped. Ricey, no, he has not, because they went in this order. Bit of confusion there for me, sorry about that. It is RJ Cool ahead of Ricey. Then it's Ajibu who indeed stayed out ahead of Too Fast. This might cause a bit of trouble for Too Fast, having a car that has not pitted in his way. They are teammates after all, so in reality it won't be too big of a problem, I would assume. But it is about these two now. They need to make it for another lap at least, maybe 2 laps to be very or to be a bit more secure on your fuel. They start now lap number 8. As AG now starts his 8th lap. And this will be his first flying lap, and presumably also an attempt on a quickest lap of the race. A bit squirrely out of that first corner, a bit shaky on the exit. As we right on board with him now through the left-right chicane. Really need to hook it up nicely over the curves. Power it down to the left-hander. Need to get really tight to the corner to get a good exit onto the back straight, but AG gets a bit of a slide, will cost him on the exit and does so for the entire straight, losing a bit of speed. Now another tight left-hander. And now down the hill into the twisty section. Slight lift through the right-left. And then braking nice and tidy. For the final braking zone, the penultimate corner, then through the final corner, and Flappy and Mr. Sean are both into the pits. Let's see where they come out respectfully, or in comparison to AG. Not ahead and not very close behind. Robesdog also gets past Linus. He will also fly by. There's RJ Cool, who sets a personal best lap of the race. And now Flappy comes out and Miss Chan, but behind Too Fast. So yeah, not a lot gained, but remember they are done with their pit stops for today. Whilst everybody else still needs to make another pit stop. That's for them a very good thing to know. But in terms of pit stops, they might be leading this race. Like I said, RG Cool with a personal best lap, a 1:45.5. Ricey did the same last lap, so not a lot gained or lost by either of the two. But Ricey is now getting closer to RJ Cool, but of course also having Tufos behind him, really needing to both defend and attack at the same time. I was gonna say Ricey took it very cautiously through that twisted section. Ultimately runs wide onto the grass. That has lost him some time to RJ Cool in front, and gained or closed the gap to Tufos behind. AG has gotten a new fastest lap, a 1:42.8, half a second improvement on his previous one, but he has another purple first sector, almost 1.5 tenths up on the 42.8, and he string the lap together to get another fastest lap. Next timing line will be after this corner. Bit of a slide, but nothing major. And we see the new sector split. It is quite a lot down actually. Almost losing half a second through that sector. So unfortunately no fastest lap for AG again. He is stretching away from the Rob's Dog though, and from everybody else in the field. Rob's Dog and Linus having a relatively calm race. Nothing much has happened for them. The same can't be said about RJ Cool, who now has to worry about 2 cars. Correction, make that 1. Tufos has binned it and almost gets collected by Flappy. Oh yeah, that was a very close one. And Tufos now down to 7th place, very close to the back of Ricey, but lost it on the exit of the penultimate corner. Losing 10 seconds at least from that incident. Now Flappy is up into 6th place, but just barely avoided that crash between him and Tufos. Tufos trying to recover and almost getting in the way of Flappy. That was a really scary incident. Luckily for both drivers, no harm has been done, except maybe to Tufos with a time loss. But he's already going back at it with a personal best opening sector. And this has lightened the load for Ricey as well. Now not having to defend from too fast. He can only, or he only has to look forward towards his target, which is 4th place. He wants to strip that off RJ Cool. We are going to see a pit stop coming around soon, and when I said that, Ricey thought, oh, why not now? Ricey goes into the pits for an undercut on RJ Cool, trying to get some fresh rubber on, also add some fuel, and he will be up and running again pretty soon. And it is the case whether or not RJ Cool will respond quickly. He did set his personal best lap last time round, so he's surely still got a pace. It's mostly about his fuel. Lioness will come in, Robzok will come in, and AG will come in. AG, by the way, is setting a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:42.5, getting another 3/10 off that personal best. He is clearly just running away with it at this point. He will be coming into the pits now, as he peels off to the right hand side. Robzok will follow him as well. Then it is Lionessi who will come into the pits, following his teammates, and RJ Cool is also now coming in. And Flappy, yeah, of course Flappy, he is staying out. And that's the big play that he is who he has been going for. Doofus has to peel in, and that's always a bad sight when you need to go into the pit whilst the car in front, who you were chasing for position, doesn't. Mr. Sean also continues on, gets out behind AG, but Flappy gets out in front of AG. There you can see him in the distance. Is that gap big enough for Flappy to take victory and hold that first place? Robert's dog comes out behind Mr. Sean, and so does everyone else. RJ Cool gets overtaken by Ricey. A very crucial decision by Ricey to go for the undercut, and it has worked out brilliantly for him. Ricey now up into 6th place. Though I'm not so sure whether or not he can chase down Lioness for 5th. AG will start his flying lap once he has crossed the start finish line, and that will really tell us the difference in lap time pace between the two drivers who are currently in the lead. Flappy on the 1-stop and AG on the 2-stop strategy. Flappy has got the advantage of having about half a fuel, okay, not half a fuel tank, more like a quarter, 1/3 of a fuel tank less, so less weight for Flappy, but less tire life, and also just a little bit less pace. Flappy's fastest lap was at 1:45.3. Also remember, he is fuel saving, so he cannot push flat out. AG has done a 1:42.5. That's about 3 seconds quicker, 2.8 seconds quicker to be exact, and that's quite a lot. Of course, lap is long, difference will be bigger around the shorter track, so you can see how much AG has caught up with Flappy during this lap. AG is jittering a bit, that's only a connection issue. And as a bonus, AG will get a nice slipstream out of the final corner to really make a point, really show how quick he is. Goes up to the line behind Flappy, and it will be a 43.8. Alright, not as quick as I thought. There's a yellow flag, that's Achabu who has gone off, but it has been cleared since, and there's a lot of jittering now from AG. AG not going for a move on Flappy, but the comparison between the two of them. AG a 43.8, Flappy a 45.9. 2.1 seconds. And it's not to say that Flappy isn't a quick driver, he is. But with this circuit, AG is clearly, he has the upper hand. And it's now not a question of if AG is gonna get first place, it's just a matter of when he's getting in first place. He already is pulling out to go for a dive, not doing so, waiting on the main straight and going for the move into turn 1. I would assume that's the best overtaking opportunity around this track. Mr. Sean is doing fine currently in third place, but Rob Zog is catching him about 2 seconds a lap, maybe even more. Linus might get into the mix as well, as Ricey has left Ricey has left RJ Cool. RJ Cool seemingly making a mistake in this lap, 4.5 seconds down on his personal best. That's not something you normally see, that delta, and he is now very close to Too Fast. Too Fast might be going for a move. Whilst this is happening, AG has gotten first place off Flappy. But now let's take a look at this. Too Fast now on the main straight, pulls out to the outside line, heading into turn number 1. Will RJ Cool fight it? He tries to, but Too Fast swoops it around the outside. Very nice move, and Too Fast is now up into 7th place, ahead of RJ Cool, who is in 8th now. With AG ahead of Flappy, Flappy is not gonna let that happen easily. He was trying to fight back, but AG defended and Flappy didn't get lost. At least not now. Maybe he will be able to make it return move, but we will have to wait. Only 1 lap left to go. Once they cross the start-finish line. And it's going to be very tight on fuel for Flappy. AG having about 26%, Flappy 10%. Oi, oi, oi. As now Mr. Sean gets overtaken by the Robot. Mr. Sean also below 10% of fuel. This could become very close between Mr. Sean and Linus. Mr. Sean doing a 1:47.5, Linus at 1:44.6, but 3 seconds difference in lap time between the two of them. And if Mr. Sean does run out of fuel, Linus can easily pick him off. Back to the front, it is AG who tries to get past Ajabu, who is currently getting left, getting blue flags. As I hope that Ajabu also will get out of the way of Flappy. Final lap light is now flashing, and it looks like AG will take the victory. Unless he will have a big crash, but it does not seem likely to me that he will. Only a couple of corners left to go. Two to be precise, 1 braking zone, which is here. Turns it in, good rotation, gets on the power, not too wide onto the exit curve or only to the grass. Powers it down. 1 corner left to go, and it is looking fine for AG. AG gets to the start-finish line, already celebrating. He takes victory in round number 1. Flappy gets home in 2nd place. Very well done to him with the alternative strategy. the Robbers Dog will get home in 3rd place. Also a very good job to him. And now Mr. Sean, will he be able? He has run out of fuel. Mr. Sean runs out of fuel and Lionessy gets ahead of Mr. Sean on the start finish straight. Lionessy takes 4th place and Mr. Sean takes 5th. Then it's Ricey who will claim 6th place ahead of Too Fast in 7th and Arjaku in 8th place. And Arjaku will get 9th place in the end. Well, that was it for the opening round of Driversroom Festival of Speed in 2023. I really hope you enjoyed it, and it looks like AG, the newcomer, has got some significant pace, but will he be able to convert it to a championship, or will Flappy strike back? As we know, Flappy has been really quick throughout the last couple of seasons. So anyway, comment down below who you think will take the victory. I know it's early, but make a bold prediction and maybe it will come through. Who knows? Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys very soon with some more Driversroom Festival of Speed. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.